rune scanner that uses Pagan and supports Unicode and all that great stuff. It's basically just better than your basic rune scanner for scanning things like any kind of grammar notation. And kind of the B Pagan stuff will be in here as well. Meanwhile, so and so makes an entire Lodash library. And there's this conflict and this fight and everything. And I'm like, I don't want anything to fucking do with that. I want to make what I want to make. And you put this out there and we're going to make what we want to make with it. And I am not going to feel bad by making what I want to make. The end. Justify it. We could back it up and then we could still go out for drinks or something later, or we would have play Minecraft or whatever. And I really, really love that atmosphere. That's where innovation happens, is when people are free to speak their mind and other people are not offended by other people speaking their mind, even if they're talking about your baby, are not really elevated in somebody's reputable eyes, which is what academics do, is absolute bullshit. It's the biggest bullshit ever. If somebody who's a junior programmer comes in and they see something that seems to them as odd, you should listen to what they have to say because they're looking at it with fresh eyes. You need to be able to call people out as nicely but as strictly and sternly as possible. We need to be able to do both of those things. And if you don't have those things, you don't have a progressive society. That's what progression is about. It's not about canceling somebody because of their academic reputation or non-academic reputation. Even the good and all the members relationships I've had. And I was just like, I don't know why, but I just felt like I just had tons of things connecting just all at the same time. It was really crazy awesome. And I'm happy to be a member of the human species, but we have a long way to go for sure, of taking a struct and getting JSON data from the web and having it populate, which is a pain in the ass. And, but the thing about this is it takes complete place of all the JQ manipulation and everything like that you'd have to do if you were doing curl. And that's why that exists. It depends on where you're working. If you're working for GitLab, for example, and you're working on their core product, they don't give a shit. The whole thing is open source. So this issue never, ever, ever comes up because you're always just working on stuff that's open anyway. And I like that. I prefer to work at a place like that, but that's up to you. You have to figure that out. Again, we rebuilt it. We're refactoring the whole thing from the ground up. Again, at rdbxrob/scan on GitHub. We've got our reader working, errors. We've got marshalling working. We've got our scanner working, and now we're about to add marking and snapshotting so we can go back to wherever the scanner is at a moment in time. This is a thing and go you have to do. You have to do this with generics. If you think you're going to return nil, but you can't. With generics, you have to return whatever the zero value is. So here's how you do it. var rv t, and then it will return an empty return value. Yep, you have to do that. Oh, that makes me so happy. I was so worried. I don't know why. Because I did generics right, and I had a bug before, I had to do this convoluted shit here to get around the bug, and now that I figured out how to fix the bug, I don't have to do that anymore and my code looks better. Holy shit. Oh my God, that's awesome.